Liberal fatigue is very real. Former Democrat here as well. I left the Democratic Party in 2021 after a decade, and I was in pretty deep. I was a vegan, an LGBTQ, and an environmental activist. I hit the streets often. But I walked away in 2021 because I saw what I thought was a liberal movement turn to a woke movement, which was actually more of a fascist movement, especially when they started trying to silence or cancel anyone who disagreed with them on literally anything. I tend to align with classical liberals on most social issues. I still lean very left, but yes, I voted for Donald Trump, and now I support MAGA, and I identify with MAGA, and I do not identify MAGA as a traditional Republican or GOP or conservative movement. I believe MAGA to be more of a centrist type movement, and I do align closely with them. I'm not a Republican for many reasons, and I will not devote any of my votes in the future to Republican nor against the Democratic Party. I will make an independent choice based on the candidates and the policies and their history as politicians or business people, whatever their background may be. But I just want to say to the liberals, you might actually want to listen to a lot of the people that are saying they're sick and tired of the fucking woke shit. That's why you see many of your woke politicians, such as Gavin Newsom, turning his back on you now. I mean, I guess you still have people like Walz in your court, but I don't know what good that guy is. Either which way, you might want to pay attention. You might just want to pay attention.
Now, I'm glad she mentioned that she's a MAGA supporter, not necessarily a Republican supporter. And I've said this before. This is a new party. This is a completely different party. This isn't the party of the Liz Cheneys and the Mitch McConnells, right? This is a completely different thing. And no, we are not far right. Like she said, I would agree. I feel like we're almost dead center, right? It just doesn't seem like it when you look at the other side because they're just so far left. We're more in the middle. I mean, Trump himself used to be a registered Democrat, right? So literally the leader of the party used to be a Democrat. Some of the people in his cabinet, RFK Jr. Why am I drawing a blank? The chick, I believe she was a senator in Hawaii, wasn't it? Right? Y'all let me know. I can see her face, but I can't think of her name. Tulsi Gabbard. There we go. Tulsi Gabbard. Now it came to me. Goodness gracious. I could not think of that name for the life of me. Both used to be Democrats, right? So, hey, shout out to her, man. Voting for Trump. And I don't think this movement is going to die out once Trump is done. I think J.D. Vance will do a great job, taking the torch. He hasn't given me necessarily anything thus far. Honestly, he's actually proven me wrong because I used to be a little skeptical of J.D. Vance. But everything that I've seen thus far, J.D. Vance is going to carry that torch and he's going to carry it well. Okay, he's going to carry it very well. But anyway, we got to talk about liberal or Democrat fatigue because that is a real thing and a lot of folks are talking about it. So with that being said, let's dive in.
They always talk about some black fatigue and white fatigue on this app, but I never see talk about worldview fatigue. What about liberal fatigue? Who else is tired of just liberals? Everywhere you go complaining, having something to cry about, this isn't right, always offended. Are you not fatigued by that? You can't even say anything without liberals and leftists getting offended. We're so fatigued of being able to post logical things online and then having you come under the comments with the leftist liberal worldview that nobody wants to accept. Like, we're literally quite tired of it. And at this point, you guys are becoming the minority. If you couldn't tell from this last election that just happened, all the woke mind virus, the leftist liberal views that you push and force on the people, who else has fatigue from that? Because I know I can't be the only one. Anywhere you go, you gotta walk on eggshells around these people. You can't, if you voted for Trump, you can't even wear your hat. These people are the most aggressive, the most unaccepting, the most judgmental, the loudest online, the ones that'll come to your page and try to destroy everything you built. Who else is fatigued from leftists? I know it can't just be me.
Hey, I think we all are. He also made another great point there as well. Just because you don't see a bunch of MAGA red hats or, you didn't see a bunch of yard signs with MAGA on it. And I actually talked about this before the election just to try to quell any fears, right? It's because, a lot of us just want to be left alone. And unfortunately, the left doesn't know how to do that. They see a MAGA red hat And it's like the Pavlov's dog experiment. If you guys remember that experiment, pretty sure we all learned about that as kids, you know. They hear the bell and automatically start salivating. They see the red hat and automatically just get angry, right? They get angry. Or they see anything that is even remotely relatable to Trump and automatically get angry. They don't know who you are, what your background is, what you're there to do, right? They don't know anything about you. They just see anything even relating to Trump, and it's just automatic anger response, right? And so a lot of folks just want to be left alone. And do I agree with it? No, not necessarily. I think we should wear our red hats. I think we should fly our Trump flags when election time comes. I think we should put out the Trump yard signs and do it proudly, right? Because we won. We are the majority. Even though sometimes it may feel like we're the minority, right? We just proved that we're the majority. We are the majority. So I think we should do it proudly. And I think if we all hopped on that boat, if we all hopped on that train, so to speak, a lot of this stuff would die down. Because I think part of it is liberals think that they're in the majority, when in reality they aren't. We're just silent a lot of the times, right? We aren't going to protest and this and that because we got jobs, okay? We got lives to attend to. We aren't getting paid to protest, right? So I think we should do it a little differently, but I understand folks who just want to be left alone. I understand that side as well. But anyway, let's continue on.
I officially have liberal fatigue because there's one thing to disagree on, like healthcare or abortion or gun control. But what we're disagreeing on has become so radicalized and so far Looney Toony left that I'm so tired of it. They're calling for our destruction. They're opening up doors to invite in people who do not tolerate us, who do not want to separate church and state, who want to implement Sharia law. There is currently such a lack of understanding of what the rest of the world is like and the fact that freedom is not free amongst the liberals that I'm exhausted. Like, I'm so tired of seeing these women march for something that they don't understand, or really march against something they don't understand. They're marching against our freedoms to choose how we want to live our lives, choose how we want to dress, choose what God we want to worship. Like, most of the world does not have these freedoms. Look at Europe. It is falling. It is being invaded by migrants from Muslim majority countries. Why don't they go to one of their 50 plus?
I literally made a video on this maybe last week. How Europe has fallen. It's over. They are cooked. They are absolutely cooked. And part of it is sad to watch. And I say only because they voted for this. Right? They were a bunch of, liberal apologists, like we see here. Oh, I'm sorry for this, or I'm sorry for that. Oh, we stole this land, or, oh no, we accept everybody, blah, blah, blah. And now look, their country is being overridden with everybody else from every other country, except for their own. I literally saw a video where a guy wanted to fly his own country's flag. I believe it was the UK flag. But he was talking about how it's controversial now to fly the UK flag. It's seen as like racist. It's wild, isn't it? It's wild. Absolutely wild. You can't even fly your flag high and proud. He was like, man, I admire you Americans. When I came to America, I saw all the American flags. This whole, it is absolutely nuts over there, man. Absolutely nuts. We have to ensure that does not happen here. And make no mistake about it. If Democrats win, they're going to attempt to do that. Will they do that in 4 years? Probably not. Okay. We have a lot more guardrails in place to, at minimum, slow them down on that. But as we saw, they were well on their way, right? They circumvented, the Constitution and went straight to the social media platforms and silenced us that way, because technically it's not the government silencing us. I'm just saying, it's a real thing. This isn't fear mongering. This isn't, me trying to, bait you guys into, voting for Republican. This is real. We watched it happen. They banned a sitting president. Like, what? I literally had this conversation in the barbershop. I was like, bro, they banned a sitting president. That's what the liberals did. That's what Democrats did. They kicked off a sitting president from social media. What do you think they're going to do to you? If they were willing to go that far with the sitting president, he was still president. What do you think they'll do to you if given the chance? I'm just saying. Carry on, though.
Muslim countries. They're not there to assimilate. They're not there to seek asylum. They're there to invade. And the same thing is going to happen to America because they get in through leftist ideologies.
Literally in the video that I posted, that I made, there was a guy that said that exact same thing. He said, we're not here to assimilate. We're not here to blend in. We're here to take over. He literally said those words. And everybody that watched my video, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera. And everybody that watched that video, you know it. And if you haven't seen it, I believe I dropped it last week. I don't remember what I titled it, but anyway.
Through DEI, through open borders, through this extreme tolerance of a culture that does not tolerate you, because Islam is not just a religion, it is a culture and a way of life, and there is no such thing as Islamophobia. Liberals today just have zero understanding of the way the rest of the world is, and the fact that our freedom is not free. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I have liberal fatigue.
I think we all do. I think we all have liberal fatigue. Also, because, whenever, this is also the crazy thing that annoys the crap out of me. Whenever you criticize any group, right, of individuals, you're thisophobia. This is Islamophobia. This is thisophobia. This is dataphobia. This is racism. This is that. And it's like, no, it's not. I don't hate, right? I don't hate these individuals. You can criticize something without hating it. There's a huge difference. A huge difference. Okay? But that's what they do to try to silence you. Oh, well, you just hate these people. No, I don't. Prove it. What, because I'm criticizing them? I hate them? Really? So when your coach criticized you for your performance, or your parents criticized you for something you did, they automatically hate you? Like, make that make sense. That's not hate. It's not hate. Not by a long shot. But once again, that's what they always do. Well, you hate this group of people. No, we don't. No, I don't. Okay? Stop it. Stop it. That's BS.
My black fatigue has now moved to Democrat fatigue. It's a hard thing to be a president. President Trump and the Republican Party is doing an outstanding job. Putting American first, hard work. Putting the people of the United States of America, this includes you Democrats, putting you first is hard work. And I'm sure for President Trump it's exhausting when he got to deal with foolish ass people every fucking day that he's been in office. He got to deal with you idiots, you black liberals, you black clowns, you black elites, you white liberals, you white gays, you white idiots. He got to deal with you folks every fucking day since he been in office. And you still don't appreciate what the man is doing. The man is doing an outstanding job. I have seen no president in my lifetime to do what this man is doing for the American people, putting America first, which every other president should have done. But no, they put the global order first and the American people second. Now you got a president that does just the opposite, and you still don't appreciate him. No matter what he do, You silly motherfuckers still don't appreciate them. Yeah, every day I wake up, I'm glad to see that more blacks are leaving the damn Democratic, liberal, socialist, Marxist plantation. I'm so happy about that shit. You guys are toast, man. You're not gonna never recover from this. But keep on with your foolishness and watch more keep leaving. Everybody out there, enjoy your day. Peace and love.
Peace and love, brother. Peace and love. Yeah. I mean, can anybody argue with that? Nah. And I literally have said this before. Okay? I'm not knocking Trump for anything he's not able to accomplish. I'm happy with the fact that he's even attempting it because it's more than we've gotten before. And I know for some that may not be enough, but I also look at the backdrop. And it's exactly what he just said there. He has a fight on his hands every single step of the way. Every single step of the way. And it ain't just from Democrats. We know he's got to fight the Democrats, right? We know. I mean, it's court battle after court battle after court battle on everything this man does. Literally everything. Not only is he fighting Democrats, but he's also battling with mainstream media and them pushing their lies, right? Or telling their partial truths, lying by omission, okay? So he's battling that as well. But then not only that, he's battling the rhinos too. John Thune, Senate Majority Leader Thune, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, John Cornyn. He's also fighting Republicans too. Mitch McConnell, right? Rand Paul, Mike Johnson. Like, it's not even just the Democrats. It's Republicans too that he's having to fight against. Bro, his picks should have already been through a long time ago. But because John Thune wants to slow walk this thing, bro, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Now, are we in a better position than ever? Yeah. Listen, I feel confident that, come early 2030s, we won't have a single rhino in the party at all. It won't exist. They'll either be voted out, or anyone that is left will understand that we mean business, okay? Because they've witnessed, everybody else get Liz Cheney'd, okay? And when I say Liz Cheney'd, I mean voted out in spectacular fashion, okay? They got nuked electorally, okay? With votes. I just want to make sure I'm specific with what I'm saying. With votes, okay? That's it. All right? I feel confident. in that. This MAGA movement is not dying. It isn't going anywhere. It is here to stay. We have someone that I personally believe thus far will do a great job with carrying the torch in J.D. Vance. We've got some folks, in the wings behind him, right? Even if you want to talk about it, DeSantis, even though, I'm still a little iffy on DeSantis. We still have somebody like Larry Elder that I think could pick up the torch, even though I know he's not, as prominent as some of these other folks who are in government already. I do think Larry Elder could do a fantastic job, and all of you have agreed in the past as well. If Thomas Sowell, right, was I guess a lot younger, because I believe Thomas Sowell was like in his mid-90s, if I remember correctly. If he was a lot younger, I'd even say a Thomas Sowell, right? You know who else would be hilarious to have as president? And I think would actually do a fantastic job? Clarence Thomas. Yes, Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas. Now, I know he wouldn't ever do that, or even, it wouldn't even be a thought, right? But I think he would do a great job as well. I think he would do a fantastic job. Marco Rubio, obviously, is on the radar for a lot of folks, and I understand that. I'm a little shaky on Marco, but we'll see. I was a little shaky on J.D. Vance as well, but now J.D. Vance, hey, okay, he won me over, right? So a lot of that could change, and plus there's other folks as well. So I think we have a good crew. I mean, even if you want to talk about somebody who's not, a politician, Charlie Kirk, right? Charlie Kirk. I'd vote for Charlie Kirk. I don't know about y'all, but I know I would, right? So we got a lot of folks that we can pick and choose from. Whereas Democrats, they basically have Gavin Newsom and Wes Moore. That's basically it. that is it. That is all. I know Pete Buttigieg was at the top of one of those polls a while back, but I highly doubt that's going to happen. Anyway, y'all get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts and your opinions about all of this. Things are on the up and up, baby. But are you tired of liberals? Do you have liberal fatigue? Let me know. Peace and love. I'm out.